Hi, it's Ashley from AB Sound Advice. Today I'm doing a product review on the T Plus A Solitaire P headphones and the HA200. Now today's review is going to be a little bit different. We've already done the products individually. I wanted just to cover off is this side review of the combined products together. And the reason I wanted to do that, I sort of wondered why a lot of the focus was on the two products together. Now, as you know, when I reviewed them separately, and today I'm not going to go into technical side, I'm more interested in giving you a more practical review on what I found after the two reviews and then coming finally to the products being joined together. So under the separate reviews, you saw I reviewed the headphones by themselves, and under that mode I ran them through 7 or 8 different headphone amplifiers and different applications. I ran it through everything. Then I grabbed the headphone amplifier and again did the same thing, ran that through a whole series of different headphones. And then finally, when I'd finished that, because I wanted to do it in the correct order, because I'm fully understanding of my ears needed time to adjust. It's just like going to a fine restaurant. You want to clear the palate before you start messing with sounds. And I also like to be fair in what I do, and it's very unfair for me. I never do a review of a sort of $1,000 speakers after just listening to a $26,000 pair of floor standers, because you need to detox from that. You need to play other things just to get your head back into the right space. So today I'm in a very relaxed mode. I can unequivocally say I do not want to give both of these back. So if you do not hear from me again, I guess the place that loaned them to me might be chasing me for them. And I'm joking, that's not going to happen. But I wanted to cover off individually. The headphones are $9,995 in this part of the world. In the New Zealand market and Australia will be very similar. And the amplifier is $14,999 as the amp. In a combined effort, you're looking at $24,999. So just knocking on the door to $25,000 for both items. And when I initially heard of this product, probably late last year, I'm thinking to myself, wow. I mean, I've played with some up to about $5,000, $6,000 headphones, and up to maybe $3,500 to $5,500 for headphone amps. So a combined effort, maybe 10 or 11 grand. And here I am processing over double that. So you can imagine, like any other audiophile or sound nut or anybody similar to me who's an audio star. Well, in my case, I joke about that. I mean, I spend most of my time listening to music. People say, how come you're so happy all the time? Well, how can you not be dealing in audio? I mean, 40 years of being in audio, nobody forces me out of bed in the morning. I'm ready to go because I love what I do, and that won't change. I've joked about my ears. The day my ears stop working, I'll have to rely on my own reviews to remember what I thought of something. It's a little side joke, but I mean, I guess you will understand what I mean. So, long and short of it is, as a combined effort, running it in the, as I said, the 4.4 or the 6.3, and I also, as you know, I use the XLR on. I didn't actually get the cable for XLR, but we both know, I mean, everybody knows that 4.4 and XLR, if you can actually hear the difference between those two cables, that would be, I really want to know if somebody could, because I don't think that's possible. I've done that in other studies. I think even from 6.3 on a good quality amplifier to the balance connection, yes, I believe I can hear it, but you're really going to have some good ears. And if you can, I would always run the 4.4 if possible. I'd always run the XLR if possible. And if I'm forced to go back to a 6.3, this amplifier proves that that's not a problem. Running 6.3 standard cable, this cable here, or the 4.4 that I've got plugged into it now, makes no difference. And also, just to cover off, for this combined review, I've chucked a analog cable into the back of this so the UV meters could be playing, because as I said to you before, there is nothing better than a pair of UV meters just wobbling away. So I hope you're enjoying that as well. It's just, you can't own something like this and not enjoy watching that as well. And I also, as you would have noticed in some of my other previews, I've actually got a spectrum analyzer that I actually don't run through, but I send an output to it just so I can look at frequencies and see roughly what's going on. So there are benefits to these things. But anyway, long and short of it is, if you are looking to buy a serious set of headphones and an amplifier, and you're planning to do a combination, and you don't feel that 25k is out of your reach, or it's you wanting it to make a lifetime purchase, T plus A, this combination would be an absolute, the best decision. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying that, because I am fully aware that it is short of 25,000. And I guess if I think about myself, I mean, you know, when I was 19 or 20 years old, my floor standers at home that I've owned 30 plus years, back in those days, were about 10 or 11,000. Today they're probably worth 30. So I guess if you really are looking for the best of the best. And I think the other thing I'm going to share with you too, the thing that I did like about this, I never felt fatigued. I never felt that it was time to take a break. The only negativity of this fantastic combination was you struggle to actually walk away. You can come down to listen to some music and think to yourself, I might just duck down and listen to music for half an hour, and then you get ready to pack up for the night and you realise you've just now sat down for 2 to 3, maybe 4 or 5 hours, and it didn't feel like 5 hours had gone by. It's hard to describe. I mean, this is the first time in a headphone area. I mean, I've been impressed by a lot of headphones, but I wanted to share with you that you know, I know it's a very big spend, and again, you know, we've let some scientists go mad on do what you want, open check, do the best you can. They're from audio enthusiasts, and as I said before, scientists don't always get it right. I mean, you know, I've had technical people, the best of them, come and bring the products, and you go, wow, well, okay. But here's a situation where the science and the practical and the product all equals a fantastic synergy of their headphone amplifier and headphone together. And I also, I'm obviously, you're probably thinking, if you are thinking what I'm about to say, and you'll smile probably if you're a bit like me, that is why they made both. So do you see where I'm coming here? I think what we've managed to do is they've grabbed their amplifier, they've got these headphones, and they've put all their resources into making not only the headphone that produced the sound, but they also got the amplifier that was going to be sending that sound to the headphone. The only thing they can't really control is what went into it. So what they've done is every bit of technology that they knew was going to go into their headphone amplifier, they made sure that whatever they did internally would give the best replication of the sound as possible. And then knowing that they had their own headphone matched to this, they were able then to control both environments, not just the headphone, but the amplifier. So I think if you're looking at it that way, you can then probably see, okay, you might get your headphones first. And I recommend if you're doing it that way, you get your headphones first and get the amp second. Reason being, you can be enjoying those headphones on whatever you own. And then when you do swap to the head, if you do go down this road and you end up with the two of them, or you buy both together, or you do it in 2 stages, I'm suggesting getting the headphones first, getting the amplifier second, and both instances you're going to enjoy the headphone. The amplifier, when you do get it, you are also going to notice what I'm telling you is that the synergy between the two items and working together in tandem, they've done an amazing job. They really have. And I think if you're in a position to take something on like this, you will definitely not regret it. And listen, music is an amazing thing. It dissolves all the dramas of life. It provides happiness. It provides fulfillment. And we all, if we think about this, I mean, music is in our lives from when we're born until we're gone. And regardless of what stage of life we're in, there's nothing better than just relaxing and sitting back and hearing music in its best possible way. And as I said, this is very precise, it's balanced, it's got depth, It's not overclinical. So when you hear me making that statement about scientists, what I'm worried about there sometimes, scientifically, they've done all these things and it ends up so bright, it's so detailed that it's actually not enjoyable, where they've seemed to balance this, where we are providing that clinical detail in a balanced and warm approach, which makes the headphone totally enjoyable, thoroughly detailed, but without having the fatigue. You can end up listening to these things just for hours on end, and regardless if you're playing at a moderate level, or even I did crank this up a little bit, and this is where you see where your money's being spent. There's no break off of the voices, there's no break off of the sound. It's maintaining that clarity right through the volume range. And I just wanted to cover that off because a lot of people will be thinking it is a lot of money. You've got to understand there is a lot in this product. You are getting a lot for your money. So, and I think I hope the way I've explained it makes sense, because over my career I've always been renowned and people like the way I provide the information, because it really needs to be real. I don't feel that over exaggerating or making things more than it really is helpful. So I hope you've enjoyed today's relaxed review combo. And as I said, we've effectively done the T+A Solitaire Ps and the HA200 review combined, just as a generalized discussion, just to give you a more open and honest approach so you can understand what I've done and what I've enjoyed, and you can see that the product's laid out in front of you. And I just wanted to do it this way because I felt that it would be very, very beneficial, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. And again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice, and again, thank you to Abtec Audio Lounge for loaning this fantastic equipment to me, and I hope you guys have enjoyed what I've provided here. And again, thank you for tuning into AB Sound Advice.